First question, it says x greater than 4. So let's just read the statements right here we have. Okay, so x is less than or equals to 4. It's not the first case. Less than equals to 4. It's greater than 4 in our case. X is less than 4. No, x is greater than. X is greater than 4. Okay, so we found it. It's going to be right here. Okay, so the next one, it says, let's just read this together. How can we read this? X
Is less than 4.
not less than 4.
So x is
Less than or equals to 4. Exactly. So it's going to be then first one. Am I right? Because we have here less than or equal to 4. What about the third one? X just less than 4, right? X less than 4. Okay, let's just have a look at which one is this. It's going to be the second case, x less than 4. So of course the last one going to go through this exactly in front of it. X is greater than or equal to 4. Okay? So are we happy with this? Okay, so you're writing it. Be quick, please. Yes. All right. So let's move down. Question 2 is basically represent the inequality x greater than 2, right? X greater than 2 on this number line. X greater than 2. So the first step is to find out 2 on the number line. Find the 2 on the number line. So 2 is right here. Am I right? So I'm going to put the circle for now. Then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to fill it or not. Whether I'm going to shade it or not. Okay? So greater than 2. So if you're on the 2, this part is the greater than 2. This part is less than 2. So basically we need to point out the arrow somewhere over here, right? So I'm going to take down, right, this. Okay, so we have an arrow pointing to the right. Yep. So arrow pointing to the right. So am I going to fill this or not?
No.
Because it's just a greater than 2, not equals to, right? So this is my answer. This is my final answer. Is that okay? Tina? Okay? Mira? Which one is Mira? Here, sorry. Shana? Is that okay? Good? So we're going to move to the question 3, but before we move to the question 3, can anyone read this to me? How to read this x and something between 4 and x? What is the how to read this? X is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so I'm going to find the 4 on the number line, which is right here. I'll put a circle on it. So, okay, how can I move this circle? Okay, anyway, you got the idea. It's right here. Maybe erase and write it one more. Okay, so then it says less than or equal. So basically, less than 4 is this numbers, right? So I need to take the arrow and point it to the left. So this is what I need. Okay. So am I going to fill the circle that I have over here or not?
Yes.
Reason? Because we have their equals to. So that's what I need to do. Okay? So I need to fill this, which means 4 can be also the solution of this. So 4 less than or equals to 4 itself. So now we are moving question 4. Now we are moving to question 4.
We need to solve it.
No. Solve the inequality. It's not telling you to represent the solution for the inequality on the number line. It's just solve it. Okay. So on the question 4, what I need to do is, okay, I need to move 8 to the other side, just like I did for the equations. I'm gonna have as 3x, but greater than 16 plus 8. So the 3x greater than what? 24. I need to divide both sides by positive 2. Because I'm dividing it by positive 2, I'm not going to change any sign. Positive 3, thank you, yeah. Positive 3 is going to be then 8. Alright? So it's going to be just the x greater than 8. And I don't need to represent anything on the number line right now for this because it's not telling me to do that. Okay? So my answer will be just x greater than 8. That's final answer. Okay, guys? No need to do anything else. Okay? So if you take this, okay, so to check this is correct or not, x cannot be 8 because it's not equals, right? Take any number greater than 8. For example, 9. Write it instead of x, 3 times 9 minus 8, 27 minus 8. It's going to give you 19. And obviously 19 greater than 16, right? And that's correct then. That means that's correct. You can take any number which is greater than 8 and write it instead of x in 3x minus 8. Check whether the answer you have greater than 16 or not.
The answer needs to be bigger than the
16, yes, because it says greater than 16, okay? Alright? So for example, for question 5, okay, so what we need to do for the question 5 is, we need to just solve it first, solve the inequality, that's it. Okay, I'm going to write down a 2x less than 9 plus 1, because I move negative 1 to the other side, will be positive there. So that gives me 2x less than 10, am I right? And then the x less than what? 5. That's my final answer. And I'm going to write down x less than 5. Am I okay with this? That's it. Okay? So, but to do question 5b, it says write down the inequality shown on the number line above. So, it's basically the x that I'm going to write, okay? X. So guys, as you can see, it starts from negative 2, goes to the right. So the right side of the negative 2, this side, is the numbers that bigger than negative 2. So basically, I'm going to write down x is greater than negative 2. Is that equals to? No. It's because it's just the circle not shaded. Okay? So we are not including negative 2, as you can see. It's not shaded. Greater than negative 2. Greater than negative 2. Is that okay? Super. So, yes, please.
Okay, what's the answer?
Yes, that's going to be the answer. So the interesting question coming on C. You'll see, okay? How to solve, how to handle this question as well. First is copy that down. Guys, as you can see, we found that on the top, x is less than 5. Then we found x greater than negative 2. Okay, so this is basically question 5, part A and part B. We found that x less than 5 and greater than negative 2. If I write down this as an inequality, okay, so I said basically x on the top, x less than 5, then I said x greater than negative 2. If I write it as a 2-sign inequality, I'm going to write down basically negative 2 less than x, x less than 5. Is that okay? So writing these two inequalities as one, as single. Because x is greater than negative 2. This part tells me x greater than negative 2. All I just switch that, right? Flip it.
Shouldn't it be 2x?
No, I'm not adding them. I'm not subtracting them. It's just the x is sort of numbers that is less than 5 but greater than negative 2. So to integer solutions with located between -2 and 5 is going to be -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not including neither -2 nor -5. Okay, because none of this is going to be the solution. It's not equals to none of this. Okay, it's just a greater than -2 and less than 5, and that's why I'm not doing anything with it. I mean, not including them. Okay, so I use this brackets over here is just the x set of this number. So the answer that I'm going to write down is going to be this. Put it right here. All right, is that okay? Any problem with this? No. No? Okay,
The
good.
only thing is you can get confused with the sign.
But on the other hand, guys, you can just represent these two solutions. If you are confusing how to write down as like I did over here, you can just sketch both on the number line. For example, look, the -2 already, x greater than -2 already sketched. So all you have to do is less than 5 case you need to sketch. So less than 5 case is just put a circle on the 5. And this is the less than part, right?
So you can sketch it on the line.
Yes, that's our arrow, okay? So as you can see, those are the numbers, obviously. Now I'm going to show that, okay? So those are the numbers that is basically bigger than integer numbers, let's say. Bigger than a -2, smaller than 5. Okay, as you can see, it's on the number line because it starts from 5. It starts from 5 to go all the way to -2 because it's the starting point. Let's say it's the end point. Okay, for the -2 and for the starting point 5 and end point this. Okay, intersection we have the solution where the both is all these numbers is the answers for both cases. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now